Hey everyone, welcome to Sarah in the Universe. I'm Sarah, and today I've got another movie review for you guys. Today I'm going to be reviewing the newest film from Alex Garland and A24, Civil War. Oh my goodness, this film was insane. But first of all, okay, while this video is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by A24, I did in my In the Universe weekly show, I talked about that I joined the A24 membership, which for $5 a month you can join A24's membership, get exclusive stuff, get zines in the mail, and for all of their members, they gave a free ticket to go check out Civil War in theaters opening weekend. How cool is that? So thanks A24 for buying my ticket for Civil War. Okay, so guys, Civil War is a action and war film that is written and directed by Alex Garland. Alex Garland is a legendary filmmaker. He's made some of the best films. Ex Machina, Annihilation, one of my favorites. The 28 Days Later films, just so many. The Beach with Ray. I think it was, I was just like going over because I remembered like some of the movies he did, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's made like Ex Machina, Annihilation, 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later, The Beach. Oh my gosh. I mean, Halo. Yeah. Incredible films from Alex Garland. Now let me just say this one. Okay, so there is not going to be any spoilers in this review. No spoilers, just very general stuff about what the movie is, what I liked about it. That's it. No spoilers. Okay. So first off, the movie stars Kirsten Dunst, who I feel like I haven't personally seen her in a movie in a long time. I absolutely love Kirsten Dunst. I was super excited to see her. She's amazing in this. I'm going to get into it. But yes, the movie also stars, my apologies for mispronouncing any names. I am so sorry. Wagner Moura, who I absolutely loved. I will get into that more. Jesse Plemons, ooh, his character. Now, what I love is Kirsten and Jesse are married in real life, so them being in this was totally funny. I love that. Kaylee Spaney, Nick Offerman, and Stephen McKinley. Okay, I can't wait to get into the cast. But so just an overview of the film. Sorry, I'm talking so fast. I'm so excited to review this. The film is about basically a civil war that takes place in America. It is absolutely insane. And Kirsten Dunst and some of the other characters in the film are photojournalists who are going around basically, capturing just of what's going on in this insane civil war that's going on in America. And they're pretty much road tripping their way to Washington, D.C. to get footage of the president because a lot of the war efforts, a lot of them are going after the president to basically, take him down. It is wild. Okay. Just some of my general thoughts about the film. There is so much tension in this movie. It's just one of those political thriller movies that has a lot of tension. And on that note of talking about it being a political thriller, it's really not political in the sense that there's no side. It's not for Republicans, it's not for Democrats. It's literally through the lens, if you will, of these photojournalists who are capturing and kind of just showing the trauma, the pain, and really just the overall just stress and how jeopardizing it is for these journalists, for war journalists, to be out there on the front lines capturing the war. I mean, I think after watching this film, I have a whole new respect for journalists, of all kinds of journalists who go out to these really dangerous places, capturing war efforts and just in general putting their lives in danger to get all of this footage, to get the information, to get the truth. It's absolutely crazy. And I personally don't think I've seen a movie like that, to my knowledge, where it really had the point of view of journalists. I mean, I'm sure there's other movies, but for me, especially this one being photojournalists, it was just very cool, and seeing how they capture things and everything. Before I get more deep into my review, I want to say that what I put on my Twitter was basically, this movie reminded me a lot of The Last of Us meets The Purge. It just felt like that. Alex Garland has such a way with nature with scenery, like from Annihilation. It was just absolutely beautiful. There's so many flickers of Annihilation in this film. The greenery, the flowers. I don't know, in my thumbnail I had to stop outside my house and like take a picture for this, because I'm like, this reminds me of the film. Like, it's just such a beautifully shot film. I loved it. It really just wowed me in that way. I think Alex Garland has just incredible, impeccable style for that, and it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. But it reminded me a lot of The Last of Us, because so let me get into that. Kirsten Dunst, her character, and Kaylee Spaney's character remind me a lot of Joel and Ellie, where, you know, Joel's kind of like this mentor to Ellie and telling her what to do and whatnot in this dangerous world that they find themselves in. And that's exactly how I felt with Kirsten and you know, Kaylee's characters. Like, they really felt that way. And it was, I really loved their bond throughout the film. You know, Kaylee's character is also, you know, this kind of, you know, young and adventurous photojournalist as well, and she's inspired by Kirsten Dunst's character, who is, you know, a well-known photojournalist. And it was really cute. Like, I enjoyed their moments, their scenes together in the movie. Just so good, so good. Yeah, and then yeah, the visuals are like crazy. The reason why I say, you know, it's like The Purge. You know, there's an uprising obviously going on with the Civil War in the country, and there's just a lot of really crazy stuff you're gonna see that's just very Purge like, if you know what I mean. Like, it's insane. And my gosh, like, the sounds of, like, when all the weaponry and everything's going up, it was loud. I mean, the sound was crazy. Like, it literally feels like you're right there, right? Like, with this photojournalist just following the action. I mean, woo! Especially, like, the final act of the film, which is probably, like, one of my favorite parts of the movie. Probably one of the most, like, action-packed final acts, just scenes alone in a movie that I've seen in a long time. It was crazy. I'm going to get into, I don't want to, like, spoil everything, because I wanted, like, you know, you guys to go check this out. But, yeah, okay. Absolutely love Wagner. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his last name. Mora's character, he was so funny. I loved him. He was absolutely amazing. Nick Offerman plays the president, by the way, which it's so funny of me talking about The Last of Us, because he was in The Last of Us, you know? And I just thought that was so funny that he was playing the president, but yeah. And then I have to say the MVP of this movie, Stephen McKinley, oh my gosh. Yeah, Stephen McKinley Henderson. Okay. He was absolutely the MVP of this movie. Like, again, no spoilers, but, you know, when you see it, I mean, that guy's the MVP. Like, people in my theater were just going nuts for his scene, and he was so good. So he completely stole the movie, in my opinion. But the whole cast was great. Yeah, it was just so good. I mean, it was so crazy. And, of course, you know, it's really crazy seeing a movie about a civil war breaking out in the United States. Pretty scary thought, right? Especially, I think, you know, if you watch the movie Leave the World Behind on Netflix, I think if you enjoyed that or you're interested in that, you're really like this movie. I like this movie better than that one. That's just me, but there's a lot of like, oh, what if this happened? You know, it's a very scary thought, but it was crazy. It was very riveting. It was exciting and shocking. I mean, there's also moments in this film that reminded me of, is it Nightcrawler? Is that Nightstar? It's Nightcrawler, right? With Jake Gyllenhaal? I just want to make sure I'm getting everything right. Yeah, there was moments in this movie that really reminded me of Nightcrawler, where I was like, oh, and it's just so brilliantly shot. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, but certain ways that they show scenes or they show emotion, and when the characters are feeling something and responding to something that's happening, it was just so artistic and different. And I appreciate Alex Garland's, you know, just different style in that, not doing something typical, but something very just different, very different. It was so good. Yeah, the final act of this film, you know, when they eventually do get to DC, that's all I'll say, is crazy. I've never seen a movie where all that's happening in Washington, D.C., so that was insane. I was like, oh my god, this is insane, right? Like, whew, crazy, like very apocalyptic, very just insane. So if you like all those apocalyptic stuff and uprisings, you're gonna love this movie. It's so good. It's jarring at times. There were so many times where I felt like my chest was like, oh, what's going on? It's so good. And I feel like such a different movie for A24, which I like that this is now a part of their collection there, because it's just so different. But it was wonderful. Like, I really had a good time just going out to the movies, just chilling. It's also like, even though the movie is like action packed and super riveting and crazy, there's also this very chill factor that I loved about it. Like, it's just such a great movie to watch in the theaters and just chill. I mean, just visually stunning. I loved it. The color grading, amazing. Green really is the color of this film. It's just so good. I loved it, guys. Like, it was so good. So good. One thing I want to get into that I haven't really looked at, but it was regarding comments that Alex Garland made. Where I believe, hold on. Okay. Yeah, so it's saying Alex Garland denies retirement rumors. Because I don't know why people were saying that he's retiring, or I saw a story about that. I don't know if that's true, because that's why I wasn't even going to mention it here. But since this was such a great film and he's such a legend, I want to, make sure that that's not a thing. I mean, I'm really hoping he's not retiring. Let me see. I should have pulled that up already. Wait, it says, so I just pulled this up on Google. It says, he told The Guardian that I'm not planning to direct again in the foreseeable future after finishing work on the 2024 movie. Alex Garland's retirement from directing would still see him continue to work as a screenwriter, as on the upcoming 28 Years Later film, which, by the way, we're going to talk about that on this week's In the Universe, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so I don't know if he's completely retiring or not. I really hope he's not, because my gosh, that man is such a legendary filmmaker. I really appreciate his work. I appreciate his style of filmmaking, that I want to continue seeing more movies from him. And I would really hope that this isn't that. I mean, it's fine if he wants to take a break and focus. I get that. Like, I get all of that. So hopefully we see more from him, because he is absolutely legendary. This movie is just another masterpiece, in my opinion, that's added to the rest of his other masterpieces. I mean, he really gets these apocalyptic worlds. I was actually thinking, like, don't get me wrong, I love The Last of Us as it is, but I'm like, I want to know what, like, Alex Garland's Last of Us would have looked like. It's just a thought I had while watching this movie, because it reminded me of The Last of Us so much. But guys, I don't want this to go over too long. You got to check out Civil War. It is the movie to check out. I think a lot of people are going to be talking about it. I especially feel a lot of people on TikTok are going to be talking about it with all their, like, conspiracies, if you're into that. But even if you're not, this is such a great action-packed film, something really different to watch right now. I feel like there's not too much going on in the movies right this minute. Civil War is a great movie to check out. My theater for a 4 o'clock showing was like packed, so I would check it out. And I'd love to know your thoughts on it, how you thought it compares to other Alex Garland films. But I loved it. Oh, by the way, the other highlight was seeing the Maxine trailer play right before the movie. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for Maxine. I posted my review of the trailer dress. I did the review just like Pearl. You can check that out on my channel if you'd like. Guys, thank you so much for checking out my review. I know it's a little bit all over the place. My brain's just doing all these things, because I just love the movie so much. Once again, thanks to A24 for giving all of their members tickets to see the movie this weekend. That was so cool of you guys. I absolutely loved it. Guys, I do my weekly show In the Universe, where we cover a bunch of topics in the entertainment industry. This week's episode, we are going to be talking about everything that happened at CinemaCon, all those trailers that dropped, all that movie news. I can't wait to do it, guys. Thank you so much if you're already subscribed to the channel. I appreciate you guys for being here and checking out another video. And if you guys aren't subscribed and you want to stay with us in the universe, I'd love to have you. Thank you guys so much, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great weekend, everybody. I will see you guys very soon. Take care.